That's what it looks like. Gonna mix that up a little bit more, make sure there's no chunks. Once I get that really liquidy. It's almost like pancake mix. You gotta get it to a consistency that's like pretty much like pancake mix. And all it is, honestly, paper mache is just flour, warm water, boom. That's it, and you're lit. So flour and warm water. To me, that looks pretty good so far. That looks good. See, now there's like hardly any chunks in it. So this is ready, pretty much ready to apply. So I'm gonna put some gloves on because it gets a little dicey, a little messy. Honestly, it's a lot faster, a lot easier when I have gloves on. Then I don't have to worry about like, oh, my hands are getting dirty, all that. So I did the top part yesterday. I'm gonna do, there's a little bit more of the top that needs to be done, so I'm gonna do that today. But I got the technique down yesterday, so it shouldn't be too hard. But still, when you're starting things, like, there's always gonna be this weird learning curve, you know? Because I've never done paper mache like on this scale before, ever. So we'll see how it looks, honestly. I think it's gonna be sick though. Just gotta make sure everything's kind of, and there's some dry parts from yesterday, so I'm gonna make sure that those all get covered. I'm not gonna lie, this paper mache feels mad weird. But yeah, you think it's not gonna work, but then you start doing it and you're like, damn, like that's really on there. One more piece, and then we're done with the top. And we can start moving on to I'm probably gonna adjust the camera too, just so you can see me in the vertical a little bit better. But this is yeah, so that seems to be pretty done in my eyes. Now I'm gonna start working on the edges and just work my way down, and then I'm gonna let that dry before I start working on the top, because you wanna have this part dry when you flip it over so that you're able to do it like that. But yeah, there's some pieces here, there's some pieces missing and stuff, so I'm gonna start working on that. It's gonna take a while, but bear with me. I probably gotta cut some more pieces of probably gotta cut some more pieces of this. This paper stuff by the time. I don't know how much like paper mache I need, but see, like this one got so fucked up. Like this paper is definitely gonna start breaking, but that's what I need to apply it on. So it's pretty easy to maneuver once you have like a flow going, you know? It's not too crazy, I don't think. So I'm told this is the best way to do it. Just kind of flow your finger down it like that. Yeah, you're kind of almost creating like a, I think this is gonna be a lot faster than I think. I think the top part was the challenging part. Like, I'm gonna be done. Yeah, this is gonna actually be a lot faster than yesterday, honestly. And the hard thing about yesterday was just finding the flow, discovering like, okay, how do you actually, you know, spread the paper mache without wrecking the paper. So that was the hardest part about yesterday, but this seems to be going pretty fast. Not gonna lie. There you go. Yeah, this is gonna go pretty fast, I just feel it, which is great. Now this is the hard part about it. It's like, it gets really sticky. I might have to put a little bit more water in this paper mache mix because it is getting hella sticky. And I don't know if I want it that sticky right away. I kind of just want to, you know, but that seems to be good. I'm getting a good flow on this already. This is not easy on the body, I'm not gonna lie. Very taxing. So there you go. It's coming together pretty quickly. I wonder if I sit down, if it's easier. Oh, yeah, I think if I sit down, it's gonna be a lot easier. Sorry, my phone's going crazy. I should probably turn that off, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I probably gotta put more water into this mix just because it's already, like, it's already getting way too gluey. You don't want it too gluey because from what I saw yesterday is like when you're making it too, when it gets too solid, it just kind of starts fucking up everything, so. this is really messy if you don't have gloves, honestly. But I think we're good to go. On that one, yeah, that seems to be pretty solid. And if you mess up, just move the paper around, you know? It's just paper. It's nothing crazy. It's not rocket science. Yeah, so this is becoming like way more of a pancake mix than I wanted, so I'm gonna probably add just a tad, a little bit of water to this. Because now it's starting to become like a little too crazy. So I'm gonna go add water to this real quick. So I just added water to the mix. I'm gonna mix that in. Because before it was just a little too much like pancake mix. Yeah, like this is almost the perfect consistency that I'm looking for. Way more liquidy, way better. Well, okay, cool. This is starting to look a lot, like really, really good. So now we're almost done this whole layer, like, which is crazy. I mean, we're almost halfway done. The tube is surprisingly going to be a lot less difficult than I initially imagined, to be honest. I really thought this was going to be really, really hard to do this portion of it, but I think we're shaping up pretty good. Okay. See, like, I'm almost done half already. Like, that's pretty crazy pacing, which is super dope. I wish there was like a little bit of a faster way to do this, but it's okay. Gotta be patient. Sometimes you just gotta find the most comfortable way, you know, to sit. Cool. Yeah, this is looking really dope. So probably like, maybe like tonight I'll be done this because I have to wait until it all dries. So there's definitely like a process to it. It's not like as easy as just doing it all at once, especially with something this big, but definitely pretty cool that this is even possible. And I already know from last night that it's already sticking to the, like it's already a shape, you know? Like it already works. Like I already know for a fact this is gonna turn out to be exactly what I wanted it to be, which is pretty cool. So we're just gonna do a little one right here because I gotta fill in this hole. So, boom, just like that. That's cool. There you go. A little bit of reinforcement. Again, if I didn't use gloves on this, my fingers would probably be like all the colors of the printing paper, which is crazy. But seems to be working. That's a really cool piece right there. There you go. Probably just gonna do it until I'm done all these pieces of paper that I already have. And then okay, well, we're officially almost done, I think. This little part, once we... Sick. Yeah, this is looking hella dope. I mean, it's not as simple as I thought it was, but it's definitely less paper than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, we're actually almost done this, which is so sick. So, okay. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Now you see how much work goes into these street art installations. Okay, a couple more strips and we're done this little part right here. I'll probably change gloves just so it's not as messy. Cool. A few more strips and we are done this part. And sometimes, like, I find myself, like, people always ask, like, oh, well, why don't you listen to music? I don't know, sometimes I just like being in my own thoughts sometimes. Really gives me puts me in a meditative state. I'm really able to come up with new ideas. Just a lot of stuff that I'm able to do in silence that I'm not able to do with music. And if it is music, it just has to be like no lyrics, because that's what, no lyrics really, really, really helps with this type of stuff. It's really cool, because that's the only time I'm able to really think of new visions and stuff too. But yeah, this is hella messy, but it's really not that messy if you do it you do it properly. Once you get a flow going, it's pretty easy. One more piece. One more piece. A lot of the times too, like art is a very solitude, very solitude process. And a lot of times I'm like, oh, I want homies to come through while I'm making art. Sometimes I just like it silent. But there you go. I think one more layer of strips around and we'll be pretty much done with that, to be honest with you. And then that's gonna be the first little bit. I mean, this is looking good. This is looking great. Shout out to my homie Lev from Atlanta. You already know what it is. One of the best directors in the game. We're gonna do a deep dive on Lev's career in a few streams. I'm gonna go do a deep dive. We're gonna get him on the stream. A lot of plans for the stream. It's gonna be super sick. But yeah, basically right now, this is the paper mache thing I'm doing, sculpture I'm doing on the mold. So what's taped, the reason why I taped it is so that the paper mache could come off when it dries. But this is looking hella dope. I'm gonna do, I think, one more layer down so that when I do the other side, I don't have to be like bending down. I could just do it on a chair. And then all that's left is the lid once this dries. So I think one more little layer around, and then we're solid. Let's go. And yeah, this is it's a beautiful process. I like paper mache. I'm actually gonna turn the camera just slightly so I could be more in the middle of the room. More towards the, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna move where the stream is. 1 second, where this vertical thing is. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, cool, we lit. Yeah, that's better. Now I could do, I just had to make a couple adjustments on my vertical stream. So now we're just gonna dive in, boom, dude, do another layer. I'm gonna get some gloves real quick. Let's get it cracking. This is how we do. Yeah, but art should be meditative. Come here, Rambo. Maybe my cat will come over and hang out for a bit, but yeah, art has to be meditative, or it'll never be what it's supposed to be. I think a lot of the times I put on music and then it affects the art I make. I start trying to rush things, and then when I don't have music on, I'm able to just relax and really like let it flow. And hopefully we're streaming to YouTube right now too. I'm gonna check real quick. Just give me a second. Yeah, we're live. Okay, let's go. So guys, part 2 of the street art installation we're doing. We're gonna pop this off. I'm just gonna add a few more layers and then we should be good. We should be on our way to making this a full-blown thing. I might have to make another batch of flour, but I honestly think we can make it with this batch. I don't think it's anything too crazy. Be able to make it with this batch, hopefully. But yeah, look, everything is just about starting. A lot of people just fear starting things. You know, I think the most important thing is like just knowing you're gonna make mistakes. You know, you have to know that you're gonna make mistakes no matter what, because making mistakes is the only path to winning. You know, if you're too scared of making mistakes or too scared of being perfect, you'll never do anything. You know? So I try to just make mistakes as fast as I can. Making mistakes, the faster I make the mistakes, the faster I could get to the W's. So that's always been my mentality with mistakes. But, you know, everyone's always trying to be so perfect that it's hard. The first 100 streams I do, I'm probably no one's gonna see this, but then eventually with consistency, this is just what I do. Like, I'm not forcing anything. I'm just showing. Now all I'm doing, the only thing that's changing is I'm just gonna record my process. You know, so even in the live streams, that's just how I research art. You know, how I talk about art, that's just how I research art. If I'm trying to find new inspiration, these are the artists I'm looking at. This is the things I'm seeing when I'm creating, when I'm getting inspired, you know. Mood boards I'm making. You know, nothing's original. Everything comes from something. And I think artists are too scared to put it out there and say like, oh, I got inspired by this, or this inspired me. And there's a lot of bad stuff too. We're gonna be talking about that too, you know, but I think it's important to show the process. Not the entire process. There's certain things you could keep secret. There's certain things I'm not gonna live stream, but for the most part, like if I'm doing new paintings, you know, I did an outline last night. I was just too tired to put it on stream, but after I did the sculpture, I did two outlines of a new canvases I'm doing. So I'm pretty amped on that. It's a new character I've been working on. Can't wait to show you guys. It's gonna be sick. That's the thing, it takes a lot of L's to get to a W. So if it takes a lot of L's, I wanna take as many shots as I can as quick as possible to get to those W's, you know, because why waste time? Why mess around when I could be taking those shots, you know? So that's always been my mentality with it. Just how do I take those L's faster? I might have to put a little bit of water in this, but I think we're good, honestly. It's getting a little sticky again, which sucks because it just doesn't, it starts messing with the speed. I like to do things fast, so when it starts to get sticky like this, it's just slows things down a little bit, I find. But yeah, there you go. It's moving quick. It's moving quick. But yeah, chat, we're going crazy today. Right now I'm just working on this sculpture. So I'm just really trying to hone in. You know, trying to do, like, I have a lot on my plate right now, so I'm trying to, whenever I have some free time, do as much work as I can on these street art installations, just to really go crazy when the time comes. I'm gonna be dropping these pretty soon though, so keep an eye out on the Instagram, @Adam_. But yeah, that's how we're doing it. So there you go. That just worked perfect, that one. And eventually, like when you do this paper, I used to do dry stone masonry. So I used to work with building walls for rich people with dry stone, meaning like there's no mortar. And when you do that, it's almost like a meditation. You're going into quarries and finding stone, but then when you're putting the stone together, like they almost talk, like the stones almost talk to each other, and then you start to get almost in the zone with and it's very similar to paper mache. Like what I'm finding is like you start to see patterns, and you start to see pieces of paper fit like puzzle pieces. Because everything is a puzzle that's just yet to be solved, you know, and that's why I'm actually loving this paper mache process. It's super cool. It's a lot of fun, but it's just like a puzzle. Got to figure out the puzzle. Life is a puzzle. Making money is a puzzle. You know, it's not impossible. You just haven't found the formula yet. You know, that's how I really see everything in life. And who knows, maybe a lot of people don't see it that way. That's cool. That's fine. Some people just want to go to work and they have no aspirations, and they're cool with that, and that's totally cool. That's just not me. You know, I want to be the biggest ever to live, remembered in history books. But in order to do that, you got to put in the work. Can't just hope for that to happen. You have to figure out the puzzles. There's a piece of hair here that's bothering me. There you go. Okay. So let's see how much left we have of this one. I mean, it's a decent amount. We're not going as fast as the last time, but I think it's also a water thing. Let me just go refill on a little bit of water on this, just so I could go a little faster. And then I'm probably gonna have to make a new batch. So it is what it is. I don't think so though. I think I have enough to. I think I have enough to go around. Yeah, there you go. Now it's working perfect. And there's nothing wrong ever with working a job. Everyone, you know, you shouldn't ever be embarrassed or anything like that. Don't let society tell you that working a job is not cool. But as long as you're working on your own dreams at the same time, you always got to work on your own dreams and follow your own dreams. If you're working a job 9 hours a day, you got to put in at least 8 hours, 9 hours at night, you know, to your own dreams if you want to make it. And sometimes that seems, oh, that's impossible. How could I do that? I'm so tired. But you got to just say, fuck it. And don't wait to start either. Okay, this is looking really cool. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get the whole way with this batch, and like, I don't know if I'm gonna make another batch right now because it just doesn't make sense. Especially since I'm not gonna be using it, it's gonna dry out. It's just like a waste of flour. Because tomorrow we could continue this flipped over. But this is definitely shaping up, I'll tell you that. Definitely looking super sick. So some pieces just get challenging like that one. This one's a hella challenging piece. Doesn't want to work with me. But I'm gonna get it on there. There you go. Okay, so we're almost around. A few more pieces and we're good to go. Okay, we're getting there. Step by step, brick by brick. Let's go. Only a little bit more. I mean, to be honest, a little bit more than a little bit. I don't know if we're gonna be finishing this up today, but with this batch, but we're definitely gonna get pretty far ahead. Decent amount. Okay, a few more. I think we're done for today. Just gonna wrap it up. Yeah, I think I have like maybe this one left and then that's about it. Okay, this is the last one for today on this. I mean, I could continue it. Maybe I just do it. Fuck it. Just so I have less work to do when I do the top layer. Yeah, fuck it. Maybe I'll make another batch. How many strips do we have? We have enough strips to do that. Yeah, I mean, shit, fuck it. I'm pretty much like halfway done, so I might as well do the other side. I'm gonna make one more batch and then we'll figure it out after that. Yeah, one more batch, maybe like a half batch. We're gonna do half a cup. Okay, I'm just mixing this stuff right now. Probably gonna do about a half cup of flour with this one. If I do more, just gonna it's gonna be impossible to manage, but if I have more water. Okay, we're lit. A little bit more, we're done. Just gonna grab a pair of gloves. I mean, I love the colors of this magazine though, I'm not gonna lie. It looks so sick. I almost wanna keep it those colors, but I'm definitely gonna spray paint it after it's done. Just to make it perfect. Okay, last little bit. And then I just wait for this to dry. I'm probably gonna wait all day, to be honest, because maybe I'll do a stream later when I flip it around. But you really have to let these pieces dry, or else it just fucks up. So. Okay. Just gotta always make sure it's like really stuck on there. Now again, the consistency you're looking for is like pancake mix almost. Like definitely not too watery, but if it gets too thick, just add a little bit of warm water and you're good. Okay. To rip off a little piece here because this piece got messed up. So it's like a filler. It's like a filler piece right there. And that's the thing about paper mache. You can just keep adding and adding. Doesn't matter. If you mess it up, just add another piece of paper. It's easy like that. Yeah, I love this. It's turning out to be super clean. Okay. Well, I'm happy I did this batch because this just means less work for me when I do this later tonight. See, sometimes I want to be like, I'm done too, but if you just hammer through, now I'm almost done this part. That's good. Okay. I mean, again, I just love this. I got this these newspapers from Little Tokyo. I guess they're Japanese newspapers. So it just looks really, really cool. I'm gonna have to take a photo of this just before I even paint it because it's gonna look amazing, like even before it's painted, I feel. I mean, I wonder who still reads the newspaper. When you have all these news channels, I guess reading the newspaper, it's almost like ancient. It's like hieroglyphics. Like no one's reading hieroglyphics anymore. We have other ways of communicating. But some people get stuck in their ways, you know? A lot of people get stuck in their ways. I think it's super important to always evolve. But again, that's my perspective, right? That might not be everyone's perspective. Okay, we got like a couple more pieces and then we're done this section here. This is sick. I'm excited. Okay, we're almost there. I mean, this is a fucking extremely long process, but not really when you think about it. Like, look how big this sculpture is. It was the biggest cylinder I could find, so I was trying to, there's concrete cylinders that are bigger, but I don't know, I just thought this was the easiest, cheapest route. That's another thing too, there's so many ways of doing things. Like, people told me, oh man, the only way to do this is if you get a $600 concrete making cylinder and then do it from that. And I was like, surely like a cheaper way and a more efficient way of doing this. I don't think spending $600 on a cardboard cylinder is the right way to go about this, but luckily I was right. I didn't have to spend $600 on something. So now it's starting to clump up a little bit too much, like the paper mache stuff, so. It's always when I'm on my last step too. It's crazy. It's like, come on, work with me a little bit here. God damn. Okay, there you go. Now that. I have one more and then we're done. One more. Let's go. I mean, that wasn't too difficult. It's a lot faster than doing the lid though, I can tell you that. The lid actually takes a long time, surprisingly. Okay, and boom, voila, just like that. Yep, okay, that whole layer is done. Let's go. Whole entire layer is done. So now I'm gonna wait for that to dry. Once that's dry, I'm gonna flip that around and that'll become the thing, yeah. Let's go.